The water, the green, the trees, the bridges, it brings the person into a natural environment.
I come over and watch people experience the mural, and it's fascinating. It has a wonderful texture to it, in addition to being so wonderfully colorful.
People stop and pause and reflect. And water, grass, allows people to do that. It's off the main entrance for individuals that are coming to the emergency room.
We are a 247-bed community hospital located 30 miles north of Philadelphia.
We have an emergency room that accommodates about 43,000 visits a year and growing dramatically. And it's the reason why we needed to build a new emergency room.
We wanted to do a large capital campaign, and we know recognition is one of the most important elements of doing a successful campaign.
We chose to make the recognition a part of the building.
And we felt that water as an overall element would be the perfect way to represent movement in the ER.
So we asked Karen Singer and her staff to give us some ideas about how they could represent that as a form of art and a form of recognition.
I really want to understand what their goals are for the space and for the facility. What came across to me is that the concept they were thinking about as they designed the building with the architects was flow. I did several versions that all had this stream that started in the left and kind of went down in stages, and somewhere we got the idea of putting the rocks in with names in the rocks.
And when the idea of the rocks was presented, we just thought that was the best thing we'd ever heard. The idea that the bed of this river is represented by the foundation of donors that we have in this community, that resonated with me so strongly. And once that concept was communicated to our donors, the number of rocks increased. People really liked this idea.
Names are really charged. How your name is represented in something that's a permanent work of art has strong meaning for people.
We were able to have an artist rendering of what the whole mural was going to look like. And so people could see the concept way in advance. And I know that it influenced how they made their gifts.
At the reception, someone mentioned that there was room for a few more donors in the rocks. And that night, 2 different people made pledges to get on the rocks. And we're making at least 5 new rocks. We're needing to change the wall to accommodate $500,000 in additional donations that have come in inspired by the mural. And that makes me feel great.
The beauty of this piece did help us to raise much more money than we had expected.
This is not a static piece of artwork that's on a wall. It's a living way to have people connect to the hospital, both clinically and financially.
There's companion pieces to this beautiful mural. Each room in the emergency department was a naming opportunity. Every room in our emergency department is named thanks to the beauty and the attraction of this program.
I think that the work is gorgeous, and this is just, I really love this piece.
Karen has a sense of who we are, and that's represented in this artwork. She grasped immediately what we wanted to achieve. This is more than just a recognition. It's really a way of embracing the patient.